Your mission, should you choose to accept it, requires you and your interprofessional team to collaborate and find a way to develop a plan of action, a plan of care, and strategize and implement interventions in order to help save Patti. To be successful, you must act rapidly, by clarifying roles and utilize your team's diverse knowledge appropriately. You must deal with any interprofessional obstacles properly, professionally and promptly uncover solutions to any challenges if they occur within the team. The key to this mission and its success is designating a leader and appropriately designating roles and clarifying individual expectations during the mission. As always, if you or any of your team members fail, the educational institutions will disavow all knowledge of your actions. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, Johnny.
Hello, I'm Steve Murphy. This just in. Patient Patty's been saved. Johnny and his interprofessional team have done it once again. Patti was admitted to the hospital with a fractured right hip. She immediately went under surgery to avoid joint deformity. Later that day, the team found Patti in respiratory distress. Not surprising, since she smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. Boy, oh boy, did that Patti ever want to smoke again. With us today, we have Johnny Boy, one of the team's members from the interprofessional team. Johnny, good to have you with us today. Can you tell us, using John's model of structured reflection, about what happened and how you and your team managed to save Patti and help save another person's life yet again?
Well, Steve, first off, I'm glad to be back with you guys. You're looking handsome as always. Secondly, I wanted to thank my fans, my mama, my dad, all the instructors, the professors. I wouldn't be here without y'all and all your help and support. So, Steve, you see, my interprofessional team and I, we really enjoyed this one. Patti, she was fired up, and her daughter, she wouldn't leave at all. We tried to get her out, but she wouldn't go, no matter what we said. So anyway, patient, she was like no other. She's yelling, she's screaming, she's saying she couldn't breathe, and she just kept yelling at us, Steve, like it was just nuts. And she wanted to go outside. Like, she just said, I want to go outside and have a smoke. And I just don't understand, Steve. If I was short of breath, smoking is the last thing on my mind.
I agree, Johnny. But this is just absolutely incredible what you've done. Tell me some more about this. What was your role in this? And how did it make you feel, Johnny? Seeing how big your muscles are, I imagine you held the team together.
So Steve, actually, the med student was the glue. He was the glue of this whole thing. He was incredible. He was smart. He's always thinking. He made suggestions. He just kept the team brainstorming. And plus, he was pretty easy on the eyes. But you know, Steve, as you mentioned, my muscles are big, and I played a key role. I took immediate action. I was auscultating Patti's lungs. She was just wheezing so bad, Stephen. So I said to the group, hey, someone grab some Ventolin for this lady. She needs some Ventolin. And nobody reacted. So I ran over to that medication. I popped open the Ventolin. I snapped it into the nebulizer, and I asked my teammate, hey, will you give this Ventolin? She needs some Ventolin to open those airways up. She said, no. And I was like, I'm not sure why she said no, Steve. I was blown away. Anyway, I knew from experience and listening to Patti's lungs that she needed something. And she needed 2 to 4 inhales of that Ventolin, and that's what the doctor ordered. And that's what I gave her. I said, all right, I'm going to give her those. So I administered the 4 inhales like a champ, Steve.
Johnny, sounds like you hit her with that Ventolin just in time. With the adrenaline rushing, the patient yelling, and your teammates seemingly hesitant to give that medication. Tell me some more about that. What could you have done better? I'm guessing nothing, but I just want your point of view.
Listen, Steve, when the atmosphere in the room is as tense as it was, and the noises and the beeping all over the place, everyone's so anxious, confusion sets in rapidly, and I guess that's why they said no. I don't know. But really, that was my cue to speak up. I needed to advocate for those puffers. I flexed my guns, and Patti needed those puffers ASAP. But overall, Steve, as a team, we worked great. We bounced the ideas off each other. We analyzed some possibilities for the shortness of breath. And most importantly, though, Steve, when I felt people were kind of running out of ideas and suggestions, I spoke up. I spoke up, and I threw out some dialogue that would help us collaborate better as a team and just to get that thinking going again. And like I said earlier, those puffers were key. But I took the lead in some other suggestions and other discoveries, such as, first, the oxygen was decreasing, the saturation in the blood. So I said, hey, let's throw on that nasal cannula. She needs the 2 liters minimum. We'll throw on 2 liters. That's good. And I said, hey, this patient's, they're decreasing. There's wheezes. Let's get the Ventolin out, guys. I said, hey, someone page the respiratory, because I think they should come up and assess this as well. We need their feedback. And I also, one more thing there, Steve, was I said, hey, physician, I think we need a chest x-ray. Because we need to see what's going on in those lungs. And the doctor needs to see that. But you know what, Steve? However, there was one thing. After all this, I was reflecting back on it, looking back. And nobody asked for blood work. And I was thinking, my golly, boy, we could have used some blood work. I think that would have been key, vital. What were her, maybe she had arterial blood gases. Maybe we could draw those up. We could look at hemoglobin just to see how much oxygen's going around. We could look at a CBC, stuff like that. But nobody looked at that, but we could have benefited from that.
Johnny, we're almost out of time, but can you quickly tell me what's the main takeaway from this whole thing? Has this changed your ways of knowing? And do you plan on changing anything if something like this were to ever happen again? God forbid.
Listen, Steve, this is all overwhelming. It's just so much. But in reality, Steve, we collaborated well as an interprofessional team. It was impeccable. The only change I could really think of is just having a leader delegate roles. You do this, you do that. And I feel like, nobody really stepped up, to get their roles out. So I think that's something that I will become more self-aware in the future, and take into consideration of my own experiences. And that's really improved. It's really improved, Steve. But, in a crisis situation, people can become overwhelmed, and we all sort of turtle into our shells. But my goal is to get everyone involved, more involved, and somehow we need to entice our teammates to feel comfortable and know that, we're here as a team, we're collaborating, we got the doctor, and we need to get comfortable feeling those, doing those tasks and following directions and guidance. But overall, Steve, it was successful. Patti saved. She's able to go outside and have her smoke. And I don't know if she got back inside. But, we did our job. And we came together as an interprofessional team. We collaborated in an effective way. And we obtained the goal.
Thanks, Johnny. Give us a flex before you go. There you have it, folks. Johnny and his team have made miracles happen once again. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tonight, live at 5 with Steve Murphy. Now I'll let you get back to your regular programming.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold, like their mother, the youngest one in curls.
It's the story of a man named Brady who was busy with three boys of his own. They were four men living all together, yet they were all alone. Till the one day when the lady met this fellow, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch, that this group must somehow form a family. That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch. That's the way we became the Brady Bunch.
Thank you.